Right, what's going to happen next is probably the most tedious, time-consuming, annoying, what other words can I think of like that? The analogy I used yesterday was the gentleman who sat next to me, I take his shoes and he takes my shoes. Well, he's all right putting my shoes on, but I wouldn't be much luck or wouldn't give myself much chance of putting his shoes on, because mine are about size 14. Now, if you put the wrong shoe, or footprint as the word is, inside your drawing, and you get it wrong, you might put a footprint in like that, and actually your component looks like that. So clearly one way round is alright. I mean, if I put a footprint in like that, I would bend the leg so it goes through the holes. But if I put a footprint down like that and I wanted to fit that, it wouldn't fit, right? So I've got to be very, very careful about the footprints that I put down for my components. Be careful, it's absolutely vital. Here's an example of a resistor. Wait to the camera. Here's an example of a resistor, and here's another resistor. Or you look in that tray there, there's another resistor that will sit on the end of your phone and it'll just look like a grain of sand. They're all different. They all have different footprints. So for the camera, there's a big resistor. There's a little baby resistor. So you've got to get the footprints right. If you don't get the footprints right, when you come to solder your board up, one, all of your colleagues will laugh at you, and two, you won't have your jobs very long because they'll realise that you don't understand the idea of footprinting. Okay, labour the point enough? So, here's my components. At the moment, because they're black in colour, it means that they don't have a footprint. In other words, they're just virtual. They're inside this box. They're not real. I want to turn them into something real. Now, how do I do that? Well, I highlight it. I'm going to do it to R1 first on my drawing. I right-click, and I go right to the bottom, and I click on Properties. Okay, I'll do that again. So click on the device, right-click, go down to the bottom onto Properties, and right in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a thing there that says Edit Package. That's what I want to do. I want to edit that package. Up comes another window, tells me a bit about it. Symbol pins 2, package pins 1. Well, you know, I'm not interested in that. Select from database. So I click on Select Database. Now in a window that you haven't seen before. And you'll notice down the bottom that there's these green, well, they're pads. They're board pads. They're little bits of copper which are defining what the footprint of that device looks like. In other words, the little copper bits you're going to solder to. Now there's two types. The surface mount, which is the type of technology, no, I took the board upstairs. But it's the type of technology where you solder the components onto the copper side, and you've got through-hole technology where there's a hole drill. You put the components on the top of the board, and the components poke through the bottom, and you solder onto the bottom. For this example, we're going to use through-hole technology, THT. Through-hole technology, okay? As opposed to SMT, which is surface mount technology. So THT, well, the first thing I want to do is I want to find the footprint of a resistor, a through-hole resistor. Well, hang on a minute, I've got a bit of a problem here because I'm scrolling fast. You have a scroll down. There is 40 or 50,000 entries in this database. How on earth am I going to find the resistor through-hole that I want? I'd probably spend the rest of this session looking for it. That's a bit forlorn, right? Nobody wants to do that. So what I can do is I can run a filter. So on the right hand side it says filter. I click on filter, and you'll see I've got a blank window there. We're going to do this more than once, so you'll see it over and over again, and I'll also upload it onto the web page as a video as well. I'm going to add row. Now you can see that I've got a row in there now, and it's got some information in it. If I go into where it says manufacturer, and I click, I can go down and I can select SMTTH. Okay, so that's the thing I'm interested in, because I want through hole, but in here I need to tell it that I want TH rather than SMT. If I now say OK, give you a few seconds to look at what I've done on the board. Don't worry, you get another go at it in a minute if you didn't get it first time round. If I say value TH and I OK it, now look what happens in the window. Because the filter's on, all I'm looking at is things that have got TH in this SMT-TH column. In other words, I'm now only looking at the components that have through-hole technology. That's good, but I've still got to find a resistor in there. Well, that's going to take an age as well, isn't it? It's a lot of hard work to find a resistor in there. So I'm going to use the filter again. So I'm going to go into filter, only this time I'm going to add another row, and I'm going to say, in this particular case, package. In this one here, instead of equals, it's going to be contains, and in this one here, it's going to be res for resistor. Okay, I'll leave it on the board for a few seconds. So what am I doing? I'm saying filter according to everything that's got TH inside the SMT TH column, and I'm saying everything that's inside the package column I want to filter according to the word RES, and I use contains rather than equals because you may have something that's 1, 2, 3 resistor or resistor 1, 2, 3, that kind of thing. So this is string parsing, it's filtering according to the information that's there. Now if I click OK, look what happens here. I've only got 11 left, look. So there's only 11 out of that database of 40, 50,000, I don't know. And I've now got 11, and they've all got res written on them. And if I click on them, you can see the drawing in the bottom right-hand corner, and it's a nice resistor, right? Yeah. Which one do I choose? Whichever one takes your fancy?
Whichever one takes your fancy?
You could do whichever one takes your fancy. Might not be neat when it comes to making the PCB. If you look down that package column, one of the things, there's an ISO standard, and the way to find this is just do a Google search on standards used for components in Multisim. It's a very, very boring read. Basically what it tells you is that for dimensions of components, and this is horizontal and vertical values, what it does is it omits the last two zeros. So res 1300 means that it's 13 millimeters long. Res 1400 means it's 14 millimeters long. So you get the kind of idea. So if you've got a tape measure on your whatever, well, 13 millimeters is like that. So a little bit small. I think I'm personally going to go for a res 15 millimeters. I like that kind of size. Now look at all the work I had to do to find that one component. Now you want to do that again and again and again and again. Of course you don't. It's very, very time consuming. So before I pull that footprint into my drawing, what I can do is I can say, well, down here you see this thing that says copy to. I can copy that to, and up here instead of the corporate database, I can copy to user database, which is mine. Now it's volatile, it disappears when you log out and don't come back for a few hours. So if you've got a version at home, it will stay there, it's not volatile. But if you're in the labs, it's on the C drive and it disappears. And I OK that. It's saying it already exists, so it obviously hasn't removed it from my hard drive from yesterday. Well, I'm saying OK. Then I'm going to select the component that I've got, click OK, and as if by magic, you'll notice that R1 is now blue. That means I've been generous enough to buy a pair of shoes. It's got a footprint. It's got a footprint, which we just declared, right? Yeah? Make sure you can do that, because that's really important.